Good evening and welcome to yet another episode of the Kcca Fc TV show. Remember, this is where you get everything first interview, first unveiling, and a lot more on the show. And in this particular show, we have a lot happening, and we will be getting to know what exactly happened when Iguma Dennis was signed, because we have the reactions from the fans, and that is in the fan zone. We have something called the social media trivia. We have winners on the show and they will be walking away with jerseys. We are also going to be getting to know who won last week, and we have those pictures because they got their stars giving them these jerseys. We have a special interview with a player that has just made his first season at Kcca Football Club. That is, we will also be getting to know who this player is, and he has also played with stars like Dimitar Berbatov and Wes Brown at his former club when he played professional football. And I tell you what, we have another unveiling, that is unveiling number 5, signing number 5 for Kcca Football Club in this particular window. We'll be getting to know who this player is, his first interview, and what he thinks about joining Kcca Football Club. Everything on this show. And also, something again that we introduced in the past show, that is the 90-second segment, where a player or even an official or even a coach gets to tell us something that they like or they don't like in 90 seconds. Everything on the show tonight. Magero Moses Mwanje is my name. I'm your host. Now, as much as the club is signing players, it has also to release players, because they have to weigh and see. If we are getting in quite a very good number of players, then we also have to release some players just to create some room for those that are coming in. And the players that have been released so far by the football club, that is Mr. Nunda Jackson. He was released this week, and he was given that release later by the football club, and the club announced on all its social media platforms that they only wish Jackson Nunda the very best. He's been at the club since 2015 in October. That's when he joined the club, and he's been a midfielder at the football club, a very classy player. He was a top scorer in the 2018 CAF Champions League campaign. That is for Kcca Football Club. He scored 2 goals. 1 goal was away against Esperance, and the other goal was away against Al Ahly in Egypt. A very good player, and we know, and he's going to have a very bright future. Jackson Nunda, we only wish you the best. And the other player that has been released by the football club, that is Eric Senjobe. He's a left back. He played a couple of games last season, not quite many, but he's been an understudy to players like Chiza Mustafa, and sometimes when Hassan Musana plays. He also got a chance to play some games, and the club just had to give him his release later, and he's going to be joining Police Football Club. He has in fact already joined Police Football Club, and we only wish nothing but the best to Eric Senjobe. The other player that has been released by Kcca Football Club in this particular window, that is goalkeeper Tom Ikara. He's been a goalkeeper at Mbara City. That was on a season-long loan, and his loan spell at Mbara City got done, and he had to return to the football club, but he was told, that was last week, that he will not be continuing with the football club, and he has been given his release later, and he will not be continuing with Kcca Football Club. And that means those are the 3 players so far that have been released by the football club. We only wish them nothing but the best, and we are quite sure they're going to have a very good time wherever they are going. Now, for the social media trivia for this week, we asked a question on our social media pages, that is on Facebook and Twitter, and asked, in 2018, Kcca FC played 6 games in the group stages of the CAF Champions League. Question was, how many goals did the club score in the group stages, and which player scored the club's 5th goal in the group stages? Remember, Kcca scored a couple of goals. The winner was to get a green jersey, that is the 3rd kit for the 2019-2020 season. The season that just got ended, and that kit is green in color. We already had winners on this show, and just like as usual, we had people that responded to this question, and I'll just be taking you through a few of those responses. Regan Muleche says, against Esperance away, Nunda and Shaban. We said who scored the club's 5th goal and how many goals. That was a little bit invalid. Someone comes and says Kcca FC scored 8 goals. The 5th goal was scored by Patrick Kadu, against Township Rollers in the 81st minute at Nambole. That is Francis Lamela. And Subogatanan says Kcca scored 8 goals in the 1-0 win against Township Rollers in Nambole. And then Eria Spaniard says, I meant 80 minutes plus. That was a little bit invalid, sorry. And then Ebunyu Grest says 8 goals scored by Patrick Kadu. He scored the 5th goal at Nambole vs Township Rollers. And he has the right answer for this week because true, KCC scored 8 goals during that campaign and Patrick Kadu scored the 5th goal. That was against Township Rollers. The game was at Nambole and it ended 1-0 and it was against Township Rollers. Congratulations, Mr. Ebunyu Graced, and we shall be giving you that jersey and your picture will appear in the following episode to show that we really gave you that jersey. Congratulations once again, Mr. Ebunyu. And on Facebook, we asked the same question and we had a couple of answers still. This time people had the right answer, but you know, we just have to pick the best out of all the answers and also when you posted the answer, because we don't want a scenario where someone posts an answer in the morning when we're trying to say this is a deadline. If someone posted the answer the night before. So Debbie says KCC scored 8 goals. Patrick Kadu scored the 5th goal against Township Rollers. That was at Mandela Stadium. Then someone says, that is Mags Ernest Jr. says 8 goals and 5th goal scored by Nunda Jackson. That was wrong. Ashraf Mutebi says Fahad Bayo. Watibwa says KCC scored 8 goals and it was Derek Sebambi who scored the 5th goal. That is wrong. Tata Joe says KCC scored 8 goals. 5th goal was scored by Patrick Kadu in the 8th minute against Township Rollers. And a couple of other answers. But the winner for this week is Joram Howard Kato. He said KCCA scored 8 goals in the 2018 CAF Champions League in 2018. Patrick Kadu scored the 5th goal and it was against Township Rollers in the 8th minute. Game ended 1-0 in favor of Kcca FC. Other players who scored during the campaign include Saddam Juma, Timothy Awani, Nunda Jackson scored 2 goals, Shaban Muhammad, Magambo, and Okelo, and Kadu to make it 8 goals. So Mr. Joram Howard Kato is the winner for this week's social media trivia on Facebook. We congratulate Joram Howard Kato and we shall be delivering that jersey to him and it will also appear on the show just like other colleagues that have been able to win on this show. Now in the Fan Zone segment this week, we caught up with the fans and asked them their opinion about Kcca FC's 4th signing, that is Iguma Dennis, what they think about Iguma Dennis. How important will it be to Mike Mutebi's plans coming into next season? Remember, Kcca will be playing into the CAF Confederations Cup. It will also be playing in the English Premier League and it will also be playing in very many other tournaments. We caught up with the fans and these are their opinions on what Dennis Iguma will bring to the party.
Omubala bismillah manya neddobozi mpitibwa Dauda Semwezi Munnabugerere omuwagizi wa Kcca Football Club njuwagiridde ebbanga liwerako paka okutuuka olwaleero siyugayuganga era ye kilabu mu nsi yonna gyempagira emubweti.
My name is Edon Emmanuel and I'm a student at Law Development Center. I started supporting Kcca in 2016.
Amanya agange Safe Musoki. Omuwagizi wa Kcca FC. Kilabu njuwagiridde emyaka giwera. Ande ko kujiwagira mwaka gwa 89 na ndi muwagizi wa Kcca.
Ndi wano nga ndi musanyufu nnyo olwa signings ze twafunye naddala mu biseera bye tubaddemu nga tulina injuries eziwerako. Twasayininze defender waffe gwe bayita Dennis Iguma. Kyansanyusizza nnyo olw'okumwera nti tumusayininga.
About the latest signing of Dennis Iguma, I'm so excited that Coach Mike decided to bring him into the team.
Basayininze Iguma Dennis ajja kukola ekyo nga David Kavule bwe yasambanga. Kubanga era ensamba ya Iguma bw'ojeganye ne Kavule David. Ensamba yemu yeeyo kubanga mbya bagabesibwa kupaka guli apasinga na adashinga nasamba bulungi katubateeke musu ya bazanyi batayina ngenda abapya.
Dennis Iguma ayina ekintu kyansambira kubanga bwe tunamuteeka mu kabbiri awo yayinza okukkubira tumuteeka mu mukaaga asobola okugusamba. Dennis Iguma nanzijukiza omusajja gwe twalinanga mu nnyaya ffe nga bamudita Derek Muyanja. Ekintu kya Derek Muyanja kiyasambanga olwaleero ndabira ddala Dennis Iguma nga akigezaako okwagala okubeera ng'asamba ng'oli bwe yasambanga. kale mu mbeera eyo ndi musanyufu.
He's such a utility player, very versatile, can play different roles, starting from the central midfield to the centre backs and the flanks. This is going to boost the team. We have young players such as Kato, Musa Ramadan. So by him coming in, he's going to be such an intelligent player who is going to help boost the other ones and even the other older players, since he has featured in major league tournaments such as CHAN, such as AFCON. So his signing is such a great one that we are going to live to reap from it.
Niwankubadde nga defense ene ekyalimu obuzibu okusinziira tugenda kusamba Confederation, tugenda kusingana clubs oba oliawo ez'amaanyi. Kati mu mbeera eyo mbadde ngamba ki nti Kcca ne bakama baffe singa bana batuwadde omukisa ne batusayiningira defender gwe bayita Mulusidijuuko. Mulusidijuuko bw'anajja n'abeera mu makkati awo n'abeera nga Dennis Guma oba oliawo bamuwadde kabbiri eno ba Mustafa Kiza weebali, ndabira ddala nga ka defense kafaawo kajja kuba kakolera ddala ekintu oba oliawo ekigenda otuwa essanyu.
Naye nga defense yaffe eno era ebulamu. Sibakuba tusayininze Guma Dennis tugendere ku oyo. Era tufune defender w'amaanyi asobola okukwata omupiira n'amaanyi kati ngenzi pira gukonye nga tubale n'awanye nga ava mu defense n'agamba ngenze kama mbaye n'afeewo nabanga atemeddwa omupiira ne gukwata akatimba. Nze mbadde njagala abakama bange batusayiningireyo bave mu ssente bagule omuzannyo w'erinnya kati nga bw'olaba Mulusidijuuko bamwongere ku bazannyi baffe tulina ttiimu ejja kuba eggulu. Naye bano abalala bano bazimbirako Benichani waali, Kato waali, Machetera kuba naye era babulamu omuntu siniya nga we tubadde ne Kapiteni Timothy Awanyi kubanga nze abadde asamba mabegawo ng'olaba asamba ekintu laba nga kyalumba kyekyo n'agamba katugende twalina omuteebi kati nga olaba Geoffrey Ssemuku yabeeranga mu box ye nga alina kagundi awo kalekawo nga gatuvaawo n'atapinga omupiira mu katimba. Naye makyali mwana muto naye ajja gukuba. Naye ono bwe tulina abasengenyo tunabateekamu obwesige bajja tukubira amagoolo.
With the level of different games he has played, he has had a number of callings for the national team, and he has also played with other experienced players, first experienced players. So with all that experience, we are expecting too much from him. Personally, I'm so optimistic about him joining Kcca, and I'm so sure he's going to be an asset to the club.
Twasayininze omwana omulala gwe bayita Lwanga. Lwanga mwana muto akyayiga bingi ate nga muli yeekakasa. Lwanga alina kyansambira n'anzijukiza omuzannyi gwe baali bayita Babadi nga waba akutta omupiira akakasa abantu nti omupiira gugwe. Lwanga agezaako okubeera nti asamba ekintu kya Babadi. Kale mu mbeera eyo nembeera nti oba oliawo ndi musanyufu.
Ngendako mu bateebi basayiningidde Lwanga Neima. Lwanga Neima muteebi mulungi wakuba alimu eddalula lwa katonotono yetaka nekayekeze ku coach Mike ajja mukwatako omupiira ajja gukuba. Oyo alinga wulaba twena no Godfrey Sserunyigo twamujja mu UCB omu. Naye eriboto nga yekimbika yafunyanga n'ebikonde mu kisaawe naye nga yatuteeberanga omupiira era ye Lwanga Neima ajja kuteeba. Tubatedde mbonna obwesiga abazannyi babe tufunye si babi balungi.
Tulina omuzannyi gwe bayita Mugume. Mugume oyo alina abantu banzijukiza mu kugaba omupiira. Twalinanga Wire Kyambadde eri emabega mu 9 mu 8 9 mu 9 12 nga Kyambadde ye muntu asiba omupiira n'ogamba nti ku kigere kuliko gaamu. Mugume ono mugenderedde emipiira gy'ajja asamba nga mwana mulungi era mu mbeera y'okusiba omupiira ball control biki ky'okupaasinga biki kyebyo ndabira ddala nga Council twasayininze Golodi newankubadde nga kanso yaffe erina kyekyabulamu era nsaba bakama baffe nti kanso tulina ennunu emirembe gyonna nze gye mpagiridde Kcca nga golokipa talina walala wonna waava okujjako ng'ava mu Kcca namba 8 ng'ekyo kye kikwate Kcca.
Ebyo byonna kyensinzenza okwesunga 2-20-21 kyensaba bakama baffe batukolera ekintu eki kubanga ne banasayininga abazanyi ne babamalayo ne babajjawa kutuzimbira kisaawe nekabira waggulu akasawe kaffe kano tujja kuba abantu bajja kukaabira wano anaabaliba abalamu abaliddawo nga Allah nga atujjudde tuvuddewo era bali kakasa nti asite kanso yakola akasaayo kaayo ekubya abantu.
And when you've heard it, those are the fans' views, and that is the fan zone. We'll be having more of the fans on this show. They'll be telling us more of what they feel and their opinions. Remember, they say it as it is, and we air it as it is because those are the opinions for the fans. Remember, we're going to be going into a break, but when we return, we have an interview with a player that has played with Dimitar Berbatov and Wes Brown. Those are former Manchester United players. We also have something on the show called the 90-second segment, where a player or an official tells us what they think and what is probably their favorite or worst thing in their lives. And we also have an unveiling, don't forget, on the show tonight. So welcome back from that break. Remember, we told you we have a guest in studio. He's played in the Uganda Premier League before. He went professional. He has returned and he's making his first season. He has just made his first season at the football club. He'll be telling us more about how life has been for him during this lockdown, how life was during his time when he played professional football, and how life was in the Uganda Premier League then and now. Sir, please tell us about yourself.
My name is Kcca, midfielder at Kcca.
Wow. So Kezon, you just made your first season at Kcca Football Club. You've played in the Uganda Premier League before. How has life been at Kcca?
So far, life hasn't been bad. We have friends at the club. It's like home because I've ever played with some players. So the hospitality at the club is good. Life hasn't been bad.
What has been your most memorable time in your first season at Kcca Football Club?
It is weird when the time when we won Vipers, the former. To me, it is weird to say, but it was my best moment.
Why was Kcca Vipers your best moment?
Because they are the rivals, like, so winning big games like that, it is always nice to a player. Yes.
Did you have any set goals when you joined Kcca Football Club, and what were those goals?
First of all, my target was to win the league. Unfortunately, we didn't win the league. That was my main target as a player. Yeah. So
now that you didn't win the league, but at least you achieved some, you played some games. What are your set targets going to the next season as you as a player?
Me as a player, I want to improve more. I want to help the team win games, more games. I want to help the team to win the title and reach the group stages of the CAF Champions League.
Wow. You've played in the Uganda Premier League before. You went professional, and now you've again played in it. How has it been? What is the difference between then and now? Because you were a champion then. Well, you have not yet won with the club right now, but I'm sure there's quite some difference between how the league was then and now. What is that difference?
The difference is, by then the league wasn't so competitive as it is now.
Why? I mean, what are the differences then? If it wasn't competitive then, probably try to compare different things in terms of players and maybe...
in terms of players, because by then our team had like more experienced and good players compared to the other teams.
So do you still have plans of playing for the national team again? You've played for the national team before. You were a regular, I remember during those days, played in the CHAN and different competitions. Do you still have targets playing in the national team, and what are those targets you've set for yourself?
Yeah, of course I have targets for the national team. I have targets. I want to join the national team again, because it has been like, is it 2 years, 3 years without playing for the national team. I still have a chance. If I work hard and I have a good season the coming season, I can join the national team.
Wow, so your time going professional, when you left Vipers, you joined
FC
Leopards in Kenya, and then moved on to India. So just take us through that. How was life at FC Leopards and also in India?
In FC Leopards, I didn't last for long, because unfortunately I only played like 4 games and we won 3, we lost 1. I didn't have much time in FC Leopards, but it wasn't so different like in Uganda, the Kenyan Premier League and Uganda, only that the facilities, but not so different. But when I went to India, the things were so different in terms of the facilities, how they take football as the league, and how it is professional. Yeah.
Any familiar players you played with that probably you had ever dreamed of playing with in India, and who are those?
Yeah, in India I was in the same team with the former Manchester United player Dimitar Berbatov and Wes Brown.
Wow.
So it was a dream come true, because I grew up seeing these players on TV winning Champions League, winning Premier League. So it was a dream come true.
Wow, anything you learned from Berbatov and Wes Brown? Anything you learned from them, because you spent some time with them there in that same club?
Yeah, they take football so serious, and they take football as a job. Like, they were like not so young by the time I met them, they were old, but still you can see how they take things and how they take football serious. Yeah.
Do you still have plans of playing professional football again?
Yeah, I have plans. If I have a better season this coming season, why not? The doors are still open. I can join, but my target is to join Europe. Yeah.
Wow, you want to join Europe? Wow. So, as a player, who is your best player at Kcca Football Club? Best player, not best friend, best player. The one you look at and be like, wow, this guy is really talented. Your personal opinion.
My personal opinion?
Yes.
There are so many. They are all quality players.
One.
It's hard for me to choose, to be honest. But Kcca has all quality players, good players. Yeah.
Okay, who is your best friend, and why is he your best friend at the club?
My best friend is Sambo Risa.
Why?
Because we have very many like connections. The way we bond, and the way we have been together for so long, the way we help each other on field and off the field, that makes us so close to each other and we're best friends.
Wow. Did you ever go to the same school with Seki Sambo?
The school?
Yes.
But by the time he was at Old Kampala, I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
We just met at the Vipers team.
Oh, and just so you know, Old Kampala is one of the schools of excellence for Kcca Football Club. So we have players that have been to our schools of excellence. But that's wonderful. Just maybe to wrap up, we just want you to set targets ahead of next season. As a player, that what do you want to achieve? The club will be playing in the CAF Confederations Cup. The club has signed some good players, because we have Dennis Uguma, who has joined the club. We have Mazengo Stefano, we have Charles Rwanga, and then Mugume Ashraf. You played with Guma before in the national team?
Yeah, on the national team and at the school, Old Kampala.
Wow. So what are your set targets now that the club has brought in players that are going to take them to the next level? Are you excited about it?
Yes, of course, I'm excited to get players like Guma be playing together in the team. So when we work together with quality players, it is much easier. Even if you get injured or any player, the team can move forward. And there will be a lot of competition. You know, without competition, you can't move forward. So we shall have good competition, and through the competition, we can help the team win trophies and do better in the confederation.
Well, guys, you've heard it from Kezron Kizito. He's a very positive player, top-class character. He's played professional football before. He's played in the Uganda Premier League 1 before. He went professional. Now he's back with Kcca Football Club. He's just had his first season at the club. A very positive player, a very experienced player because he's played on the national team before, and he's played with players like Dimitar Babatov and Wes Brown. He's learned so much from his time when he was a professional footballer, and you can see with the way he plays, very classy and skillful player. He's very positive that he's going to have a very stellar season next season, and he has targets. He wants to play for the national team again and get professional again. We want to wish him the very best, and we'll be having more players on this segment, and we shall be interviewing them about how their lives have been during this time and also during the time they have been at Kcca Football Club. We'll be going into a break, but I'll leave you with something from Dennis Iguma on how lockdown has been for him.
In this period, well, I've gone through a lot, but of course I've got also a lot to learn from this COVID-19 situation. So whereby I managed to keep myself inside my place, and I worked for my recovery more and more because there was no time. So the only thing I could do only to keep myself more recovered, because I was just coming back from recovery, and this also gave me opportunity for time to recover more and come back more stronger. It's very serious virus, and you've seen people are dying in Europe and everywhere, but probably here we haven't lost anyone. But of course we have to keep ourselves safe. First of all, this is the most important thing, to keep ourselves safe, and everything will come back.
Now guys, just like I told you, we have signing number 5 for Kcca Football Club, and we'll be getting to know who that player is in this show. It just gets fantastic at the football club because there are certain things that the club is doing that you get to feel that it's going to be really some very nice stuff for the football club next season, because the club is signing the players they believe are going to take them to the next level. We'll be playing in the CAF Confederations Cup next season, and we are signing very top class players. I don't want to introduce the player because a lot has been said during this week. I mean, we are in silly season, call it a lot of rumors and things said all over, but we're going to be getting to know first on this show, first interview, what exactly happened at the unveiling and what the player thinks of his time at the football club during the spell he's going to spend there. This is what happened when Kcca was getting number 5 of its signings in this particular window.
And I'm definitely waiting to see
one of the boys that was prolific in the Sekafa Senior Challenge Cup.
Anukani,
Bright Anukani.
Now, who is Bright Anukani? Bright Anukani has no nickname, and his date of birth is 26 June 2000, age 20, height 5.8 feet, weight 64 kilograms, position attacking midfielder, strong foot right leg, strong hand right hand, favorite shirt number shirt 5, attributes inch perfect passing, dribbling and scoring goals. His social media, Facebook Anukani Bright, Twitter Anukani Bright, Instagram at Bright Anukani 14. Education background, he went to Saba Infant School, that is in the kindergarten. Then he crossed to Luzira Church of Uganda Primary School, that was P1 to P4. he joined Citizen Parents Primary School, that was P5 to P7, and then he joined London College of Nansana, that is from Senior 1 to Senior 4, that's his O-level, and then for A-level he joined Dynamic Secondary School. For his football career, in 2005 to 2009, he joined Destiny Soccer Academy. In 2009 to 2015, he joined Luzira Soccer Academy. In 2015 to 2016, he played for Mutungo Football Club in the Regional League. And in 2016 to 2017, he joined again Luzira Soccer Academy. In 2017 to 2020, he joined Proline Football Club. And in 2020 to 2021, he joins Kcca Football Club on a season-long loan. He's played for the Uganda national team before, that's the under-20. He's played 2 games and scored 1 goal. He's also played for the Uganda Cranes in the COSAPA 2019. That was a tournament in South Africa. He played 1 game. He's played in the 2019 Ccafa Senior Challenge Cup. He played 5 games and scored 3 goals. In the 2020 CHAN qualifiers, he played 3 games. He didn't score any goal. And he has also played an international friendly for the Uganda Cranes, and that was against Kenya in 2019. His career goals, while at Mutungo Football Club, he scored 8 goals, while at Proline Football Club, he scored 23 goals in the 3 seasons he spent at the football club. At the under-20 national team, he scored 1 goal, and now at the senior Uganda Cranes team, he's been able to score 3 goals. So his total career goals are 35 goals. Remember, this is an attacking midfielder. Achievements and honors for this player: he's been a FUFA Big League winner. That was in the 2019 with Proline. In Ccafa Club Cup, Kigali 2019, he played for Proline and they reached the group stages. They didn't get out of the group, but at least they made it until the last group stage game. He's been a nominee for the FUFA Awards 2019 that Okello Alan was crowned the winner. He was part of the final 3 that alongside Chiza Mustafa. In 2020, he played in the CHAN qualifiers and qualified for the CHAN finals that was supposed to be in Cameroon in April. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, it didn't happen, but at least he got the team there, and that is it for Mr. Bright Anukani. Very positive player according to what exactly we had to share with him, and you're going to be getting to know what exactly Bright said in his first interview with the football club, and this is exactly what happened. Have a look.
I feel happy about joining Kcca FC because it's a big club, and every player like me out there wants to play in the club like this, so I'm happy to be here. I have many friends in Kcca FC. Some of them I have played with them, like in academies, like national team, like Mustafa Kiza, Julius Poloto, Herbert Achai, Gift Ali when he's still in Proline. So many people. I feel comfortable playing the attacking midfield because I'm a creative midfielder and I score goals, and my main point is like creating chances for the team and scoring for the team. I'm excited in playing all the games, more especially the CAF games, because they will improve on my career, and I want to go in group stages. Like when I was in Proline, we didn't reach there, but I want to do it when I'm in Kcca. My fans should expect my hard working and hopefully a great season ahead of me in my new club. I've spoken to Coach Mike and he's really interested in me, and me as a player, I'm looking forward to work with him.
Now guys, that's it for this show. Remember, we had an interview with one of our players, that is Kezron Kisto, telling us about how life has been in his first season at Kcca Football Club, and also telling us how life has been for him, or life was during his time as a professional footballer at Kerala Blasters in India, and also while he played at AFC Leopards in Kenya. We had something from the fan zone, and the fans gave their opinions on what they think Dennis Iguma will bring to the party. That is when he starts playing for Kcca Football Club. We had something from the social media trivia, and we have winners on this show, and we'll keep on having more winners on this show. Then we had another unveiling, that is unveiling number 5, and it just gets beautiful for Kcca every time. And we shall be having more people getting unveiled on this show. Now, believing you, with the 90-second segment, we caught up with Herbert Achai and the assistant manager, that is Mole Viekwaso, and they told us about who their favorite and what their favorite is and what their worst is. We'll be getting to know more about that. But remember, we have another epic show next week that will be episode number 8, and it's a little bit special because we are commemorating something as a football club, and we'll be getting to know more about that during the next week. And you just don't want to miss this one. You really don't want to miss this one, because we're all up for a surprise and something really hot on the show. That is Kcca Fc TV show on Sanyuka TV, 10 p.m. every Sunday. My name is Magero Moses Mwanje. Good night.
Favorite number?
17.
Favorite letter of the alphabet?
B.
Favorite color?
White.
Favorite designer?
Adidas.
Role model?
Pep Guardiola.
Favorite car?
Benz.
Dream destination?
Israel.
Best musician?
Taylor Daly.
Best music?
Soul music.
Best footballer?
Ronaldo da Lima.
Best player you've played with?
Jackson Mayanja.
Best game you have played?
CAF match, KCC versus Ajax Cape Town, Nambole, 1-1.
Worst game you have played?
KCC versus Villa, when I lost penalty at Nambole against Villa.
Favorite food?
Rice, chapati and meat.
Jeans or sweatpants?
Jeans.
Small cars or big cars?
Small.
Moccasins or gentle shoes?
Gentle shoes.
Shirts or t-shirts?
Shirts.
Sneakers or sandals? Favorite number?
11.
Favorite letter of the alphabet?
A.
Favorite color?
Black.
Favorite designer?
Puma.
Role model?
Before it was Iniesta, but now Casemiro.
Favorite car?
Benz, of course.
Dream destination?
Brazil.
Favorite music?
Love song.
Best musician?
Vinca.
Best footballer?
Messi.
Best player you've played with?
Gift Ali.
Best game you have played?
CAF. KCC versus Petro away 0-0.
Worst game you have played?
CAF. Petro versus KCC home.
Favorite food?
Posho and gobe mixed with OD.
Jeans or sweatpants?
Sweatpants.
Small cars or big cars?
Small cars, of course.
Moccasins or gentle shoes?
Gentle shoes.
Shirts or t-shirts?
Shirts.
Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers, of course.
Name you'd give to your son?
Herbert.
Name you'd give to your daughter?
Sherry.
Trip to a desert or trip to Iceland?
Trip to Iceland.
PES or FIFA?
FIFA, of course.